Hey, what you working on?
Oh, hey, I recently watched season 1 of Lovecraft Country and season 3 of American Gods wrapped up. Like, I have some ideas about how themes in those shows kind of line up. Like, there's congruencies between the ways the seasons are laid out, the way, like, black people have access to more earthly magic, and the way, like, white people use tools to access magic to be shitty all the time.
Excellent. I love those shows. You know, they're just quick and dirty delights.
They are. It's funny you say it like that, though, because I kind of have a different take. Like, I find a bit of it off-putting and annoying that each of those seasons only has 10 episodes, but there's only about 7 episodes of plot, and the rest is just gratuitous tits and dicks.
Exactly. That's what I love about those shows. There's this boring stuff, some action stuff, more boring people reading book stuff, and then just bam, just going straight to Pound Town.
Okay, I question what it adds to the actual content, though. Like, we know from seasons 1 of 2 of American Gods that everybody but Shadow Moon is getting laid. It is nice to see that he finally gets some love and kindness while we detour into the Lakeview story. However, if the relationship isn't going to last beyond the season, then the prolonged gratuitous sex scenes between Shadow and Maggie seem more for visual stimulation than emotional or intellectual digestion.
I'm not sure I understand what your complaint is. I mean, Shadow's mostly naked and he's dancing and just painting his apartment. All those muscles. I can see why women would like that.
Agreed. I can see why women would like that. It's a funny, adorable scene that absolutely should stay. I would take more of that over close-ups of people's facial reactions to being penetrated. In both American Gods and Lovecraft Country, there are themes of like old, powerful magic, racial injustice, parental issues, and tons of emotional growth through those things. I just wish they'd spend more time on that versus the fucking. Consider Bilquist's journey from goddess of fertility to just accessing power through the Sheba app, and then back to her old earthbound powers of water and life.
Well, yeah, she does all those dances and just gobbles up all those menses with her pussy and those awesome tits. Yeah, I can see why men like that.
Okay. Let's consider Atticus's relationship with his father in Lovecraft Country then. Like, early on, we already know that there's a ton of baggage in that relationship that gets more complicated as Atticus learns that not only is his dad actually his uncle, but that uncle is gay.
Yeah, and then, you know, he comes home all beat up and his boyfriend's like, yeah, get this ass. And then, you know, he spits into his hand. And then there's just, boom! And they don't kiss at all, and then he just blows him. Oh my gosh, it's so hot.
Excellent example. There are nuanced beats in there that are emotional indicators of character of a gay black man in the 50s. But do we really need it as an audience to be that graphic?
Well, fuck yeah. He ejects like 12 ounces of spit because he's, you know, he's just salivating for that ass.
Okay, so if you make the argument that sometimes the fucking be necessary, then explain to me the prolonged LGBTQ orgy in American Gods. I get that Salim needs to embrace that he's a gay man who needs to find someone to love other than the gypsy, but that party at the Blessed Hotel is almost the entirety of the whole episode.
Well, yeah, because how else do you fit in the aerial view of the hotel operator and all them tits and dick just out gloriously flapping in the wind? I can see why non-binary people would like that.
I'm not trying to be a prude. I get it. I guess I'm just bored with it.
Bored? How can you be bored with Lovecraft Country's Cat o' Nine-Tails succubus just fucking like 5 people to death? Or when Ruby and Christina are fucking and Ruby comes so hard she turns black again. Come on!
I guess after a certain degree I just don't care. There's a cornucopia of unnecessary nudity ever since Game of Thrones. It's the 80s all over again, except this time the taboo they're rubbing up against is gay pride and interracial relationships. It's also exploitative. It makes me feel like they don't respect the story they're telling as much as they just want to shock and awe about what's acceptable now.
Alright, I think I see your point. So it's decided. I need your next script to be 8 best interracial dick downs to watch before you get your vaccine.